So, we got some balloons up here. We're gonna be ranking every song in the new From Zero album by Linkin Park. And I kind of wanted to do it in the more scientific way possible. So, instead of just saying, like, I like this track better than this one, I actually, have a couple of, parameters. You got the melodies, you got the music category, the wow factor, and the production category. You add them all up, you get an average, and that's it. So we're gonna be, revealing track by track. They're already in order from least grade to most grade. That way you can see exactly what I thought of about each one of the tracks. So yeah, we even have a special surprise for you guys. I just bought the CD version. I was at the mall and just decided to, pick it up. I am going to be buying the vinyl because I do have a couple of Linkin Park vinyls. I think I just have the one, the Hunting Party. But this one's definitely got in my collection. So without further ado, let's just open this bad boy and let's see what's in it. Okay, that did not go as smooth as I wanted to. All right, let's just get this out of the way. And here you have it. I noticed that, you just get From Zero here, not in the actual cover. But yeah, you get the colors. Not much of a, artwork. Oh, shit. Okay, you may get angry with me for that. So is this just one CD? Yeah, I think this is it. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, it's been a while since I bought one of these, and there you have it. In all of its glory, From Zero. This is amazing. This is cool. Oh, I can see myself right there. All right. And then what else we have here? We have a fun booklet with all the artwork. Okay, that's amazing. You guys are seeing it better than I am. But yeah, this is really cool. You just take a quick glance at it. You got the lyrics, and then you got, the credits. All right. Well, this was fun. It's been a couple of years since I bought an actual CD. Here it is, From Zero. All right. So the way we're going to do this is we have on this column, you have the melodies, just my own ranking or, grading of how I thought from 1 to 10 that the melodies of the song were written. Then you have the music, which speaks for itself. The wow factor, because I wanted to put a breakdown heavy or a surprise riff or something, but not all the songs have that nature of being a rock hard song. So what I did was just put a wow factor, because I do have a lot of tracks that have the wow factor in them and they don't necessarily have a breakdown. So I just put it wow factor. And then on the fourth column, you got the production, which I think, I know most of the album is made in a similar way, but I do think some tracks stand out more than others in the production side of things. So without further ado, you guys know which one is going to be the first track, because it's not really a song. And ta-ta-da-da, you get From Zero, which, I did like the choirs that it started off with, but it's not really a song, so I didn't really give it any, ranking. I thought it was a fun track, and then I like that Easter egg that you get Mike's son, in the studio, in the microphone, just saying, trying to understand why the album is called From Zero, and then he just realizes it, right? It's, your first, right? And then I thought that was a cool thing. For those of you who don't know, the album name actually comes from Linkin Park's first band name, which was Zero with an X. And so it's kind of this, concept thing where they go starting from zero, again, but then just giving a little shout out to their original band name. So I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, it's a fun track. It's Emily said in one of the interviews that, most bands don't get to have two first albums, but she says she feels it this way. Like Linkin Park has two first albums, and this is the second first album, and that makes any sense. So yeah. Now onto the goodies. The first track or song to actually be in this list, and it's like the lowest of them that I didn't really enjoy that much, is Overflow. So, melodies, I just gave it a 4, and I feel generous giving it a 4, simply because, it does have melodies, and but I didn't really like them that much. The music is fine, I guess. It has 0 wow factor for me. And the production, I think, is just like regular, like nothing that I noticed. So, we're not even going to talk that much about that song. So it's just like Overflow is the song that I least liked of the whole album. Now we're getting up. The next track is actually Cut the Bridge. Now I know some people are gonna not be happy with this, but for example, the melodies, you don't really get that much of a. I thought it was more sounds like an anime soundtrack to me, but it's just my personal taste. I didn't really find anything to write home about in the melodies. Same thing with the music. 0 wow factor for me. The production was just a 3, because it's well mixed and stuff, and the drums are actually kind of fun. I thought the drums were the most fun part in this track. You actually get some fills at the end, which is fun. So it's a decent track, but not my favorite at all. But yeah, that's the next song. Now we're starting to get to the goodies. The next track in my list is Casualty. Now I know some of you guys have quit watching the video right now. Some of you are throwing stuff at our monitors. You're just, yeah, I'm looking at you, Ricky. But, Casualty was, let's just evaluate. So, melodies. This isn't really a melodic track, so you don't get to explore the many melodies on the vocal side of things. So, it does have better melodies than Cut the Bridge. The music, I actually gave it a 7, because the music is really cool, the riffs are really cool, and the wow factor, that's all about the breakdown. I thought that was a crazy breakdown. I just got tickets to see Linkin Park today, this day, and so I can't wait to do the breakdown with this song. It's gonna be amazing. So that's why it has such a high, grade in the wow factor column thing. And the production, you get a 7, because like I said, I really like the breakdown on the mix, and the guitars are really hard and rough and edgy. So that gives us, if you notice, from Cut the Bridge up to Casualty, you get from a 3.3 to a 7. So that's good 4.3 points there in difference. So now we're really starting to get into the songs I actually like. And what I like about the system is you actually get to see the difference in likeness from one song to the other, and not just hey, I like this one and then this one, and you got your answers as to why that happens, right? Okay, so we jump from a 3.3 to a 7. So you can really tell that I liked most of the album, because above a 7 you get it's a passing grade for me. So now we're really gonna start to see them fight for a spot. Okay, so the next track is I Gave You Everything I Have. And that's just, it's a great song. Let's see, melodies. I gave you everything I have. That's what I like melodies that actually evolve and do stuff to your heart. And I think that song has it. The music has an 8 as well for me, because it's really cool. That intro opening riff, it's really cool. The wow factor, it does have kind of a breakdown, if you want to call it that. It's more like a bridge for me, where she says from now on I don't need you. So that was kind of a whoa, but not that much. You can see it's below Casualty in the ranking. And the production, I think, was really good. It's a classic Linkin Park song, but brought to the modern age. So that actually gets a 7.8 average score, putting it number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my list. So I just have to, subtract one number. Okay. Now up to the next song, which is gonna be Over Each Other. Yes, I liked Over Each Other more than Casualty and more than I Gave You Everything I Had. Okay, this song, I mean, it was probably some of the first songs I reacted to from this album simply because of the order of the way it was released. But the melodies get a 10 for me. I think Emily's melodies really shine through in this song. You get amazing choruses, amazing verses. That part where she just sings about the skyscrapers we created are coming down, free fall into the pavement, but you won't. That's just like, that's a melody for me. So that just has a plain 10 out of 10. And the melodies department, the music is like okay, like I guess melodies are part of the music, but I'm actually talking about the instrumentation. And like, it's plain, it's simple, but that's what it was supposed to do, because you need to let Emily shine through, right? So it's a good like melody music arrangement, so it has a solid 8. Wow factor, it doesn't really have like a plot twist or something. I just put in a 7 there because it really surprised me when I heard the song. Like, I thought it was going to be something else. And then that's why it has a 7 and not like an 8 or 9 or 10 or even a 0, because it did surprise me. And the production, I think it has really fun elements in the mix, and the creative arrangements it has here and there. So it does have an 8 for me, and that adds up in average to an 8.3 in grade for this particular track, which is Over Each Other. Up to the next track. The Emptiness Machine. Yes, this was a great song for me. I mean, the melodies are just very solid, very powerful, very easy to understand, and so catchy. It's not my particular taste. Like, I like more this kind of Over Each Other heartfelt melodies, but I mean, you can't deny that the Emptiness Machine has amazing melodies in the chorus, in the pre-chorus, and the verse. You know, it's really strong, but it's stronger in the music department. I mean, that intro, that, you know, when the guitars just come in, that's just really heavy, and I think it's a 10 out of 10 for me in the music department. The wow factor, this one's, I'm kind of biased because, of course, it has a high wow factor for every one of us, simply because it was the first track we listened to from this album, and I mean, I didn't want to just, you know, judge it not with that in mind. So it does have an 8 for me. The production, I think, is beautiful. The guitars sound different. It's just so well written, so well mixed, so well crafted. The arrangements and the way they just cut from one section to the next, and the drums just, you know, get muted at some points. I think it's a really good production value, and that starts to get us into the 9 territory, almost 8.8 for this track. And the next track is Heavy Is the Crown. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I do enjoy Linkin Park's, like, soft side, so to speak, but I mean, I fell in love, like most of you probably did, with Hybrid Theory, so I was expecting this kind of track, and it just, you know, melodies. Na 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 na, heavy as a crown, out of holding it, but it keeps playing out. That evolution of the chorus, it's just what makes the melody so fantastic. And even the intro with like the music side of things, like dun 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 dun, and then just like that was amazing for me, which leads me to the next category, which, if you can see here, is the first 10 that I give in a wow factor category, because that scream was just brutal, man. That just, this is what you asked for. It just stays that way, locked in for a bunch of seconds. I forgot to count them, but that was an amazing wow factor for me. It has the full 10 out of 10 points there. And then the production, I think it's an 8. Like, it's a good production. It's a good sampling and guitar mixing, and the choruses and the screams, I think, are just really well mixed. And now we're starting to get to the 9 territory. So from now on, it's just going to be top tracks for me. But, you know, we had to put one above the other. And, you know, this table is what it allows us to do, to put it with the more scientific and fair way to it. So this is all above 9 tracks right now. I'm excited to start showing you the rest. The next song is To Faced. Yes, I know what you're thinking, but let's just wait. Okay, so Two-Faced has amazing melodies. That chorus is just Two-Faced, choosing sides. It's an amazing like music melody. I really liked it, so it has a full 10 out of 10 for me. The music is a 9, simply because it's just like traditional Linkin Park music, which is a good thing. That's why it has a 9. But it really didn't surprise me like the Emptiness Machine, which wasn't traditional Linkin Park sound. So because I love the Linkin Park sound, it has a 9, but it doesn't have a 10 simply because it's not like completely new. The wow factor, I mean, Emily just got her own version of One Step Closer with this track. And that includes, and I'm especially talking about, the breakdown. Like, I can't hear myself think. Stop yelling at me! That was just, oh my god, I loved it so much. It really blew my ass off. That really made me say, wow, like for reals. So that was really cool. And it does have the full 10 out of 10 for me in the wow factor. And the production was really cool. Like, I think it's just a good way to honor Linkin Park's traditional mix and sound. So it adds up to a 9.5 out of 10. So from 9, we jumped all the way to 9.5, which can only mean a couple of things. Let's see. The next song, I know you guys are thinking like, the only 2 songs left are probably not what you were expecting here. But I mean, I gotta say, the next track for me is Stained, which really gives away the ending of the video, but not really. So, I mean, Stained was just so powerful. You can watch my reaction video on that song. The melodies just hit me so freaking hard. The way the chorus evolves and the way she sings, and it's just the way, you know, Mike answers back to Emily and then Emily back to Mike, and it's just a great way to show that they are actually, you know, understanding each other with the vocal chemistry and their performance and the role in their songs. So, I mean, the melodies just do it for me completely. That chorus is just who writes that? That's just amazing melody writing right there. Which leads me to the next part, which is the music. I was blown away by the music. Like, DJ Han just, you know, doing his thing. I loved it so much. Like, the textures were just so right here in your ears, and then you got like panning and stuff, and that's more a production thing, but it also adds to the music side of things, and how it's like the scratches, and I forgot how you call that, the scratches, and the drums are so ginormous, so big, and I mean, the music just did it for me, for reals. So you can see this is the first track that actually gets a 10 and 10 in the music and melodies department at the same time. The wow factor, it's a 9 for me. I mean, I was not expecting to feel this way about a song that was this experimental, although I do love 1,000 Songs and, you know, The Catalyst and all that kind of more experimental Linkin Park I do love, but I wasn't expecting this kind of song to wow me so much. So it has a solid 9, and the production has just a 10. Like I said, credits, my hats off to Mr. John Hamm. Is that his name? Mr. Han. Joe Han, I'm sorry. So yeah, it's just, the production is crazy on this one. It's just amazing. It's fantastic. And this is actually a 9.8 tracking order ranking for me, which leaves us to the next song, which is my favorite song of the album. One of my top 5 Linkin Park songs ever. You can watch my reaction video, which was actually doing pretty well. I think a couple of tears, you know, came out of my face when I was listening to it for the first time. So, I mean, reactions don't lie. Like, this song really did it for me. I don't even want to get into, like, you know, evaluating it like it was a piece of, like, a math problem. It's just, this song did it for me on every single level. The melodies just made my heart soar. My emotions run strong, deep. and you know, the more I listen to it, the more I want to do like a cover version of it, the more I want to sing it on you know, a concert, in my car, everywhere. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been listening to the album probably like nonstop since it came out. So yeah, I mean, Good Things Go is as good as the album gets for me, and I really want to thank Linkin Park and Emily and everyone for the music. It was an amazing ride, an amazing journey, an amazing comeback. Like I said, I just got tickets to see them today, a couple hours ago, so that was fantastic. You know, if we have to rank and review the whole album, it gives like an average of 7.6. And for those of you math geeks out there, no, I'm not counting from 0. But yeah, I mean, I think 7.6 is a solid number. It's, you know, simply because Overflow and Cut the Bridge really bring the thing down. It you know, really decreases the number, but and I was trying to be more generous with those 2 tracks, but like they didn't really do anything for me. But like the rest of the tracks are really high, and you can see that. So the album, if I had to guess, it's an 8.59 for me, just like listening to it. This is the actual rating it has for me, but I really enjoyed it. It's definitely one of my top Linkin Park albums. I'm gonna have to rank them all now that we have it, and I have done this full album review in this kind of methodic, systematic, pseudo-scientific kind of way. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what your ranking was, why. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. Thank you for the music.